Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jamie. It is Thursday, June 22nd. Oh, I said 22nd. June 2nd. Tomorrow is the Amazon split. Amazon will be splitting 20-1. Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a middle-aged dad, investor, real estate stocks, options, cryptocurrencies, and I'm going to add myself or yourself because I think it's a good investment. I talk to a lot of people every day, either customers or coworkers or friends or family. It's what I do, and then, oh, wait a minute, I have some neighbors. I'm just pulling in. Let me say hello. Hi, ladies. Hi, how are you? Hi, nice to see you. So what I do is, oh my gosh, I got mail. I'm gonna come back and get that. I look for opportunities with what I have, and the reason I'm saying that, very humbly, is opportunities will come up where you can sometimes they're very obvious, and some of them you're not so sure about. So I think conversations sometimes help you to decide. You make up your own mind, and but don't be afraid. Just be careful. So that being said, Amazon is going to split 20-1. So that means if you own one share, it's going to become 20 shares. So whether you bought it before May 27th, or if you were going to wait till after the 3rd, well, no, if you buy it up to the 3rd, I mean up till tomorrow, your one share will become 20. Now, I only have one share right now because I was just looking to ride it up and then maybe lock in some profits, and then maybe tomorrow I will buy 4 more shares, or I'll buy 5 shares and just liquidate the one share that I have for $2,400. And then I might wait till Monday when it actually splits, and I'll see if it's 100, if it's 90, if it's 150 a share, and then I will buy 100 shares. That's what I'm going to allocate. And the reason I want to have 100 shares, it's still going to be the same outcome. If you have 10 grand or 15 grand or whatever it is, and you're going to invest in a company, then whether I buy 5 shares now and it was worth 10 grand, I'm just giving an example, or if I was to wait and spend the same 10 grand and have 100 shares. The appeal to me is I can't buy 100 shares today. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't want to invest that kind of money into 100 shares of Amazon at $2,400, $2,500 a share. And the reason I want to wait is once I have the 100 shares, or the reason why I want to have the 100 shares is because I can sell covered calls and collect premiums. It's attractive to me, plus I like the company. Then in July, I got Google, Googl, because there's a couple in the alphabet that I want to do the same thing because they're going to have a 20-1 split as well. So these are things that I'm looking at that are coming up. I mean, there's lots of great information online that you can learn more about, far better than I'm going to offer. But this is something that I'm thinking about today. And I've had a lot of this conversations over the past week, and especially today as it draws closer. It's like the Super Bowl coming up. Now, I think Amazon hasn't split, what I read, since 1999. The other thing I wanted to mention is I have Volta right now, where it's been going up. I don't know, today it went up, it was down, but I'm into it on Robinhood for 3,550 shares at $2.81. So I'm a little bit underwater. I'm okay selling at a loss because not because I want to, and I'm going to explain that for a second. But I would like to flip the money I have in Volta into Amazon right now. I think it's a better opportunity. I'm not saying it's bad to hold those shares, but I have a deadline. I'm trying to put 100,000 points, so to speak, $100,000 in the Robinhood account instead of taking profit, just kind of keep building. And if it just sits there stagnant and doesn't go anywhere, I'm like, okay, I could be flipping my money. So sometimes in the auto business, which was I came from, if I bought cars, whether I bought 1 or 100, cars, whether I traded them or bought them in an auction, I do not want to sit on them because they depreciate. I don't want to sit on them because that money needs to be earning me money for my sales guys, for the finance department, for parts and service. There's a need out there and I need to get the next one. So that's what we do in the car business, is we're trying to flip our inventory, new or pre-owned. It doesn't do as well just to sit there. So with the money, if you have 100,000 or 1,000 or millions of dollars, whatever you have, and you're sitting on the money, it's not bringing you any money back, then it's really not a good investment. You want to be getting a return on your money. So I don't know what's going to happen with Volta between today and tomorrow. When I opened when the market opened this morning, it was back down to 221. Looks like, yeah, 221. You can see down there. Right now it's gone back up, which is great. Now I would love it if it went up. I haven't made that final decision, but I don't like to keep adding money. I like to take the money I have that I've allocated or delegated towards a certain purpose and see it do its task. And if it doesn't, I'll cut it, move to the next thing. Or if I'm like, this is taking too long, go on to the next. And that's me. That's how I do it. I'm not saying you should do it that way, but I figure I could sell covered calls. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Is like, do I wait until Monday and see what those premiums go for? If they're attractive enough where I can make $200 to $500 a week, then I would probably just sell those Volta shares regardless of where they're at and put the money into Amazon and start doing that. And that's it. So that's as far as it goes for what I'm playing this month, this week, today, going into the weekend, because June 6th is where all that's going to kind of come into fruition. The other thing I wanted to mention, which I'll do in the next video as far as a little bit more depth, is I've been looking at this company called Boxable. You might have heard about it. They manufacture little houses that are probably $50,000, I want to say, if you order one. It doesn't cost them that much to build them, but once you have one, I think you just got to have a base for it to go on. And once it goes somewhere, there's different solutions for power. I think they have like solar power. They have, some type of, what do you call it? Like plumbing, where if you can't hook up to the town, maybe there's some gray water system. I don't know too much about it because I'd love to buy one, but they're just taking orders and they're building this factory, this $1 billion factory that is going to manufacture these homes in the same way that Ford did, years ago, and Tesla builds cars and so on and so forth. They're kind of doing that for the homes, which I think is really cool. So you could check them out. Boxable is BOXL, I believe. Boxable. So as far as this their company symbol, but they don't have any publicly owned shares that they're trading, but they do have private ones. And right now, if you want to buy into the company, which I'm not endorsing, that's what I'm going to do. If you buy less than $20,000 worth, I think the shares are on 82 cents or something like that per share, which I don't, 81 or 82 or somewhere around there within a cent. So it might be a good long-term investment, right? And especially if there's government orders, if there's big orders from companies that want to fill a demand to build these little tiny houses, and they come in for crisis solutions, for housing crises like refugees or natural disasters where people need some type of housing. So that's why I'm really looking at this, and I probably will put in anywhere from 5,000 to 25,000. I'm not really sure yet, but whatever I do, I'll disclose, not because I'm flexing, right? Because people can certainly buy, millions of shares. I'm just saying that I like the idea of making a small investment in this company because I believe in the company. I think what they do is great. I think they have a great model. I think that they are, there's some longevity there. They're progressing. So it's something that I would buy and hold. And if those shares became worth $1 or $5 or $50, I really wouldn't plan to sell them. If it goes public, is what I'm saying, I would probably do the same thing. I would sell covered calls. So it's a company that I think you should look at, Boxable. So I'm just sitting in my car. Some of these videos that I do, I do them from here. I try not to make them too fancy, but because it doesn't seem to really matter for me. But this is the conversation I wanted to have going into Friday. I hope that you guys will take advantage of some of these opportunities that make sense for you. And I'll talk to you next time. See you later.